We have the Bitcoin leveraged ETF has gone live within the first 15 minutes. $500,000 worth of trades happened. Did see about $4.2 million in trading since its debut. Pretty interesting with this. We can't get a spot ETF for Bitcoin yet, but a leveraged one's fine on the futures. We'll jump into it. We will get a spot ETF, obviously, with BlackRock. It's just a matter of time, a matter of when. In regards to this leverage ETF, we've got a lot to cover in the news today. Let's just jump straight in. So the US SEC allowed the ETF to become effective on Friday, setting the stage for it to start trading Tuesday. Number of future-based ETF products already trade in the US. However, the SEC has constantly blocked spot products from launching. Other leveraged Bitcoin future products have also failed to secure the necessary approvals to launch. They've got it out now. The degens will be happy. If you're trading on leverage, use proper risk mitigation. Obviously, this video is not financial advice. Good morning, good day, ladies and gentlemen. We're at block height 796,195 local time, Wednesday, June 28, 23, 5:37 a.m. in the morning. It is actually not, it's closer to 6 a.m. So let's update that. Block height 796,196, 6:02 a.m. I have been up for a while. We have seen the bubbles, the whole market pumping. Obviously, there are a little bit of FUD. A couple of sell-offs are going to happen with Robinhood, but it hasn't impacted the market too much. Bitcoin looking really healthy, up 1.9% last 24 hours. Didn't manage to break above 31,000 again. It did get up to 30,834 last 24 hours. Last 7 days, the high was 31,185. Is healthy, consolidating, going sideways. To me, that looks like a flag. We'll see. We shall see. Not a trader. I'm a long-term accumulator, holder, stacker. I'm greedy to get as much Bitcoin as possible, as often as possible. Ethereum, 1898, 2.9%. It did break 1900 in the past 24 hours, 1908, highest in the last 7 days, 1922. Looks very similar pattern there as well. Up to the right, accumulation. I don't know why this bloody big ad's here if we can get rid of it. Now, free money in England. $1,600 per month, per person for 2 years. Unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, it's only for 30 people. They are doing a trial of UBI. What they're talking about here in UBI is the money must be given out as cash, not vouchers, so the recipient can decide how to spend it. Be interesting to see how they change their tune when they do bring out CBDCs. It's probably going to be a while after the conversations of having, especially with Stephen Lubke yesterday, that interview. Stephen from Swan, that was a fascinating video. Check that one out. He doesn't think CBDCs are going to happen straight away, but when they do, I wonder with the UBI if they'll replace the cash component with CBDCs. And a couple of reasons why I think that, and we'll talk about it. Firstly, they are saying the benefits of it. It could help cut poverty as individuals have monthly payments to rely on, even if they are not working. It will go out to everyone if they implement it. Could also help people who might be made redundant due to increasing automation and AI. Sam, the person of OpenAI, the CEO, has also got a big universal basic income trial, and they do a lot of research into it as well. Massive fear, I guess, with AI. They do want to be able to put things in place. And what they're saying here, all the evidence shows that it would directly alleviate poverty and boost millions of people's well-being. The potential benefits are just too large to ignore. Just depends where this money's coming from. Are they just printing it? Or is AI, are the robots creating the value, charging each other, and then that money is going out? With the decades ahead set to be full of economic shocks due to climate change. That's a very interesting topic. maybe we'll have to do a whole video and unpack that climate change agenda a little bit more. Whether the climate is changing or not, sure, some places are getting warmer, some places are getting colder. It's the agenda that's bad and misleading. Anyway, new forms of automation, basic income is going to be a crucial part of securing livelihoods in the future. What are the downsides? Giving everyone free cash could also cause inflation to spike. Obviously, we saw that during C19. Shout out to JJ. If they're just printing free money for everyone, if they start doing this, especially here in Australia, I will be funneling it straight into Bitcoin, the world's hardest money. Otherwise, it's just going to go away. They are saying you should be able to use it for whatever. If everyone's getting it, inflation spikes, it's worth less and less. No point holding it. There will be a time frame on it, especially if it's running on that CBDC system. So it could cancel out the benefits by increasing the cost of food and bills. Definitely a potential risk to manage. These include those relating to community cohesion. So hedonistic spending of additional income on things like alcohol or cigarettes and transitions to and from the payments. However, they added having a predictable, secure income actually promotes longer term thinking and reduces hedonism. Research says that. There's no denying that. If people feel safe, they've got food, shelter, clothing, they are more likely to have a longer term time frame if they feel safe. If you're living in poverty or whatever, sometimes it's just easier to pull that escape hatch, that escape cord, and jump in alcohol, cigarettes, drugs, things like that. We'll see. I don't know if I don't think they're actively trying to do the bad thing. I think they're actually trying to do the right thing here. Probably not the mainstream thought process within crypto. I think everyone, and this is me being optimistic, I think everyone's doing the best they can with what they've got. So with that, if they start putting money out, it's up to you to do the best you can with what you've got. If they're giving it to me, I'll be putting it into Bitcoin because that's the best that I can do. Now, back into crypto. This is a really good thread. I won't really read it, but what they're saying is the amount of money, it's this picture here about assets under management, $27 trillion. BlackRock, and this is the activity within the crypto space. So BlackRock, Bitcoin spot ETF application, Fidelity. So they've got a Bitcoin ETH trading and custody, full stack crypto wealth solutions, as well as something else we'll jump into a sec. JP Morgan, tokenized USD and EUR transfers via JPM coin. Morgan Stanley, access to 3 Bitcoin funds. Goldman Sachs, OTC crypto trading. BNY Mellon, hold transfer Bitcoin and Ether. Invesco, Bitcoin ETF in Europe, filed for Bitcoin ETF in US. Bank of America, Bitcoin futures trading. Then we have seen Fidelity put in for a spot ETF as well. They did get rejected in 21, but it is really starting to heat up, and there is an agenda here to be able to have Bitcoin traded at an institutional level through ETFs. We are potentially running out of time to be able to stack and accumulate and hold self-custody our own Bitcoin. Take that as you will, do what you will. I'll be accumulating and taking it off the exchange the moment I buy it, as always. Fidelity was preparing to file for a spot Bitcoin ETF as soon as Tuesday. If these rumors are coming out, you better believe that they have done it. Fidelity investment spokesperson says we're not able to confirm or share an update. Clearly, they've done it. Also, we talked about this late last week. Fidelity-backed EDX Markets crypto exchange aimed at large financial institutions opened for business 1 week ago in the US. Now, this is where all the real research happens. Crypto Twitter. This is a very funny thread, not crypto sermon on Reddit. Just explain the difference between crypto and Bitcoin. Little bit of a laugh, little bit of a jab in crypto. And I like crypto. I like crypto to be able to accumulate more Bitcoin. I think that's the point of it. I'm not married to any shitcoin. They're there as a vehicle to make more Bitcoin. So crypto is the same as fiat because someone created it out of nothing and awarded a percentage of the supply to themselves. And because it is controlled by the leaders of the coin, Bitcoin is different because no one gets any Bitcoin for free and no one can unilaterally change the code. You defend the rules you want by running a node. No one can make you change your rules. Bitcoin is then the largest network of people adopting a set of rules for free market open source digital scarce money that can't be unilaterally changed or debased and is distributed ethically. Nothing else is close. Crypto, on the other hand, is an infinite supply of new tokens, not scarce, just like fiat, unilaterally controlled by the development team like central banks. I think that makes a lot of sense. If you want to reread that, I've put that in the description under links referenced. Now, cost of living, 52 weeks in a year. Now it takes 62 weeks for a single income family working at the median wage to afford essentials like food, housing, healthcare, I said, so healthcare and housing combined, transportation, their child's education. It's pretty full on. Need to work longer, have more jobs. That is the price of inflation there. Unfortunately, Jack Dorsey is the GOAT. What a man. Trolling Tim Cook because Apple is deplatforming Damas. And so on Tuesday, Apple signaled to the Bitcoin-friendly social media app Damus that it would likely be kicked out of the App Store for violating the platform's terms of service. Jack, why doesn't Apple Pay support Bitcoin at Tim Cook? I believe Apple is slowly seeding us with pro Bitcoin. If you look at their timer here, I'll bring it up on my phone, and this is definitely conspiracy, but the alarm timer. So if you start, that's Bitcoin orange for sure, the circle. I know that's conspiracy, but they also have a lightning cable or lightning network, and they did put the Bitcoin white paper on their Macs. At least some people within Apple are pro Bitcoin. I just find it very interesting. Maybe it takes a few more years. I do see Apple incorporating Bitcoin, the Bitcoin Lightning Network. Incorporating Bitcoin into Apple Pay, which has over 500 million users by some estimates, would result in a significant boost in mass adoption for the cryptocurrency. Damus is a decentralized social media platform that runs on the Nostra protocol, which is popular with Bitcoiners, partly because most implementations of it support payments over the blockchain's Lightning Network. Apple wanted the Zap button removed from all notes or content sections, and they're not working very friendly with the app. They just had enough of it. Basically, if Apple can't earn their commission, they want nothing to do with it. It's all about money control. When they can find out a way to have the money and control, they'll implement it. Simple as that, in my opinion. The frustrating thing is that whenever you get feedback from Apple's reviewers, they don't tell you specifically how you're breaking the guidelines. Kassarin said, yeah, I think that's the right way to say that, is very frustrating. I think a lot of Bitcoin apps are at risk. TUSD, they did say they weren't exposed to, I'll find the name, I'm having a mind blank, this morning, Prime Trust. That's exactly what I was looking for there. So they said they didn't have any exposure to Prime Trust, but they have $26,000 worth of funds that they can't access at the moment. We don't really know where they are, but they're worth 3.1 billion market cap. So 26K is a whole lot of FA. They did say that 26K relate to customer withdrawals for redeemed tokens. So it'd be interesting to see if anyone is affected by that, but I can't imagine $26,000 for something that's worth 31 billion is much of an issue. They did say these were held at a US depository institution, which had communicated to customers that the institution had been ordered by state regulators to halt deposits and withdrawals for fiat and digital asset accounts. So they say it wasn't Prime Trust, but it sounds exactly like Prime Trust. And what they're saying here is Prime Trust is suspend all deposits of fiat and digital assets, True USD is not affected by the situation. We have no exposure to prime trust and maintain multiple USD rails for minting and redemption. Rest assured, all your funds are safe with TUSD. Rest assured, all your funds are safe with TUSD. How's that line sit with you, ladies and gentlemen? It sounds like propaganda. If you are using stablecoins, just in and out, in and out. And it's hard. It really is hard. The SEC, the US government, financial institutions, nobody likes stablecoins because they don't have control of it. So just be careful with that. We'll see. It will get better over time, but not at the moment. Good morning, Ali. Everyone watching live, watching the replay, hit the like button, hit subscribe if we vibe. Amazing interview coming up on Thursday, your time, for everyone in the States. Jessica Haley, who's Gareth Soloway's secret weapon. She's a mindset peak performance coach. And we're going to talk about getting your head into the game. And it's 6 in the morning, so I need to be a little bit more articulate when we have this interview with her. But about optimizing the way that you go out your day, through your day, to be able to get into a flow state, to be able to execute and be able to undertake whatever it is that you need to achieve within your day, and to be able to focus, get in and out of crypto. Obviously, Gareth Soloway is a huge trader, so it's more at that elite level there. It's going to be absolutely fascinating. Now, these articles, I'm not going to read them, but CoinDesk, and I've put this below in the description, they've put out this report here in regards to the best place in the world for crypto adoption. They go through and they rank them all there. They do say crypto is on the move the last several weeks alone. 3 exchanges, Binance, Bybit, and OKX exited Canada. Gemini announced it would dramatically boost headcount operations Singapore. A16Z moved to London. Lack of global regulatory framework for crypto made it possible, if not imperative, to practice regulatory arbitrage. Due to the IMF being pains, no, the IMF are saying we need a global framework. Good and bad, right and wrong. It won't be as bad as we think or as good as we think. Good article to read. It's just talking about the best places, especially that are implementing regulation that's helpful for people worldwide, because it is digital in nature. These companies can move their offices wherever. Obviously, VPNs exist, which is a good thing to see. KYC AML is really going to ramp up as well. Tokyo, Hong Kong, they didn't get into the top 15 places, but they're saying not to forget about them because they are getting bigger and better, and they're an area to watch. Singapore made number 2 spot. Tyler and Cameron, what beautiful looking people. But look at these jackets, I love it. I think probably a little bit too formal for the news in the morning, but absolutely awesome. Can anyone tell who is who? Let us know in the comments below. I have no idea. And you can see everyone's in black or white, and these guys are in blue and red. I love it. So that's talking about Singapore. Despite the crypto industry's well-known reputation as the Wild West, crypto founders tend to prioritize predictability and clear regulations when shopping for a place to incorporate. That's why the well-regulated, efficiently governed city-state of Singapore hosts the headquarters or satellites to some of the biggest brands in crypto: Binance, Coinbase, Crypto.com. London doing really well as well. I'm not going to read these articles, but read that main article. I have put it below, and that summarizes all of this, and they've just extrapolated out on that. BIS put out a report. First 100 pages of the entire report is dedicated to explaining how fragile the current monetary system is due to excessive debt and loose central bank monetary policy. I have put this thread below in the description as well. It goes into detail about the risk of society losing trust in the state and central banks due to high inflation, increased financial instability caused by their fiscal and monetary policy. The next section is titled Blueprint for the Future Monetary System. It begins by stating that crypto is a flawed system that cannot take on the mantle of the future money. It then goes on to say that crypto, Bitcoin, can't be the future of monetary system because it lacks the trust provided by central banks. Ladies and gentlemen, please let me know in the comments if you still have trust within the central banks. I sure as hell don't. I think it's a farce, but it's interesting nonetheless. And isn't it funny when you look at central bankers, the most unhealthy people around the world, same with all the people in the health organizations, are the most unhealthy people I've ever seen. And I don't know if it's physically where that problem's come from or mentally, but there is something wrong that's going on. And we don't want these people in control. So Bitcoin all the way, I don't care really what they say. Yeah, I need a lot of work done on my frontal lobe cortexes. I had an accident when I was a kid, so I'm sure I need that sorted, lol. I missed out on part of that, maybe in regards to having Jessica Haley. I love the floral jacket, really nice. JJ having a good laugh. So read the rest of that, but they do go on with it. Bit of a long one here. And that's the video this morning. So tune in tomorrow, the news with the fast facts. Thursday, your time, going to be absolutely sensational. If you haven't seen that interview with Stephen, check it out. I'll bring it up when this video is finished here. And also Natalie Brunel last week. That was an incredible interview as well. Have a very beautiful day. We'll see you tomorrow. Be blessed. Peace.